What makes a country truly powerful? Is it massive armies and nuclear weapons, a booming economy, or maybe a culture that captures the world? The truth is, power isn't one dimensional. A strong nation combines economic influence, military strength, national unity, and the ability to adapt to the future. Today, we're breaking down what actually makes a country powerful and looking at 5 nations that dominate the world because of it. Welcome to Levels of Learning, where curiosity meets clarity. Let's start with the backbone of global influence economic power. At its core, economic power is the ability to produce, influence, and sustain wealth and resources both at home and abroad. It's not just about being rich, it's about control. A strong economy gives the nation leverage in trade, finance, and international policy. Some key signs of economic strength include GDP, which is the total value of everything a country produces, the natural resources that a country has access to, such as oil, gas, minerals, and energy, industrial and tech capacity, so whether a country can make advanced products like computer parts or state of the art technology, trade power, which is the influence over global supply chains and exports, and financial systems such as banks, stock markets, and currencies that shape global investment. Now, with economic strength, a country can fund a powerful military, invest in infrastructure and education, and even shape other nations' decisions, all without firing a single shot. As an example, before the war in Ukraine, Russia supplied much of Europe's gas, using it as leverage in political disputes. Another example is the United States. The US wields economic sanctions as one of its most powerful weapons, cutting countries off from the global banking system and freezing assets using the dominance of the US dollar. Economic power means influence, control, and the ability to move the world's gears in your direction. Of course, even the strongest economy means little without the ability to defend it. Military power isn't just about having the biggest army, it's about technology, strategy, and reach. We measure this through the defense budget, which is how much a nation can spend to stay prepared, manpower, which is the size and readiness of active and reserve forces, technological capability, from fighter jets and submarines to cyber warfare and AI systems, power projection, which is how far that military can reach beyond its borders, and finally, alliances and intelligence, because power isn't only about firepower, it's about information and influence. A strong military acts as both deterrence and protection, keeping enemies at bay and ensuring stability at home. As an example of how military power can be used, we look at how Russia often uses its military power for political intimidation, from the invasion of Ukraine to regional pressure campaigns to get what they want. Another example, the United States maintains a global presence with hundreds of overseas bases, advanced aircraft carriers, and an unmatched intelligence network. This provides incredible protection for the US and its allies through deterrence alone. Military power ensures that when diplomacy fails, your country still holds the upper hand. But here's the thing, not every kind of power comes from strength or wealth. Some of the most influential countries don't rule by force, they rule by inspiration. National unity and culture are what make a country cohesive from within and respected from abroad. A united population supports its governments, works together in crises, and builds national pride. And when that culture spreads globally through movies, art, or music, it becomes soft power. As an example, Canada is known for its diplomacy, peacekeeping, and inclusive culture. Its unity across many backgrounds creates stability and trust, power through respect. South Korea, on the other hand, transformed its culture into a global phenomenon. K pop, films, and cuisine have become symbols of modern cultural power. As a recent cultural example, look at the movie K pop Demon Hunters. It's one of the most influential movies of the year, and most of the songs in the movie are topping the charts. And the movie is directly based on Korean pop culture. When people admire your way of life, they're more likely to trust, trade with, and align with your nation's goals. Cultural influence builds bridges that weapons never could. Finally, the secret ingredient that separates temporary power from lasting power adaptability and foresight. The world changes fast, economies rise and fall, technology transforms, and climate challenges reshape the future. The nations that adapt politically, economically, and socially are the ones that stay ahead. An example being Singapore. Singapore turned from a small trading port into one of the richest, most innovative nations on earth through long term planning, education, and sustainability. And Japan rebuilt from the ashes of World War II to become a global leader in robotics, automation, and culture. This type of adaptability ensures a country doesn't just survive the future, it shapes it. So, this brings us to the final part of our discussion. Who are the world's current powerhouses, the nations that balance all of these strengths? Here are four of the most powerful countries today and what makes them stand out. In number one is the United States. It has the largest economy in the world. It has incredible global military reach and advanced technology. It has culture and innovation that shapes the planet, and it goes through constant adaptation through research and development. In number two is China. It's a massive manufacturing and trade hub. It's rapidly expanding its military power, and it has incredible tech dominance and long term planning. In number three is Russia. It has a huge resource base in oil and gas. It's a giant military power with an abundant nuclear arsenal, and it uses strategy and energy leverage to influence various regions around them. And number four is Germany, Europe's economic engine. It has vast amounts of exports, manufacturing, and engineering capabilities, not to mention their strong diplomacy and leadership within the EU, and the future focused investments in green energy and sustainability. These nations dominate because they don't rely on just one kind of power. They've mastered many. But what country do you think could round off this top five? Let me know down below. So, what makes a country powerful? It's not just weapons, not just wealth, not even influence alone. True power is the balance of economic strength, military capability, national unity, cultural influence, and adaptability for the future. The countries that master all five are the ones that don't just lead today, they'll lead tomorrow. Thanks for watching Levels of Learning. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment which country you think will rise next in global power.